What's up, guys? Mr. Fit to Flourish, and it's been a while since I made a trading video, so a trading tutorial or trading video or whatever. So here we go. Let's get right into it. So, what is a volume profile, and how do we use it? Okay, what's a volume profile, and how do we use it? So let's get right into it. I'm going to pull up my screen here so we can show you how to use it, at least on TradingView. Okay, so we're going to go to Hood. We're going to go to Share. And it really just depends on what time frame we're trying to capture volume for. And I'm going to take all these things off. All right. So the first thing we need to know is, hey, what is a volume profile? So it's basically a charting study that plots trading volume at each price level. Okay. So the trading volume at each price level, not just over time, but at each price level. Okay. So unlike like standard volume bars, which are on the bottom, those show you the volume on each day, okay, like each day or each 5-minute period. But the volume profile shows you at this price, at $50, this is how much volume traded at $50. And this is important because it shows you areas where there's a lot of volume or areas that we kind of just blow past, okay, and we don't even trade at those levels. So it'll show you areas of consolidation or areas that we can pass through extremely quickly, all right? And in a volume profile, there's going to be something called a point of control. So let me just I'm just going to pull it up here, and then I'll show you how to do it real quick. But there's going to be an area called a point of control. Now, what is that point of control? That point of control is the area with the highest volume. So look how here we have the volume bars on the right side. Okay, the volume bars are on the right side of the chart, but you're probably used to the volume bars being at the bottom. But that again shows you volume traded in certain time periods. This shows you volume traded at each price point. Okay. So in that sense, that is the area where typically it has the highest traded volume. Okay. And then we have something called high volume nodes and low volume nodes. So let me show that as well. So high volume nodes would be these big nodes. Okay. So HVNs. They're called HVNs. So high volume nodes are these big nodes, and then low volume nodes are LVNs. They're like these little ones here. Okay, so we have HVNs, and we have LVNs. High volume nodes and low volume nodes. The low volume nodes show you prices where we will just blow past, or where there's really little to no volume, where either we had a gap or either we had a massive move to one side or the other, in which we probably get a fair value gap or order imbalance. So those low volume node areas show you areas of order imbalance. So if we get into this area in trading, we're just going to blow past that area until we get to an area of high volume, which is going to slow us down. We're going to stop there. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that probably what's going to happen is if we come from this low area, so if we come from this key level, and we get into this gap right here, into this space here, we're gonna start flying immediately. Like we're gonna fly pretty fast until the stock hits an area of high volume where we're gonna kind of slow down. Okay, and it's the same thing for the downside. If we're here and we start falling, we're gonna fly through this gap until we get down into this area of high volume where we're gonna slow down. Okay. So how do traders use these volume profiles, and especially the anchored volume profile, which I'm going to show you how to use in a second. But how do we use it? We use them as support and resistance. The point of control, if we're trading below the point of control, then it acts as resistance. If we're trading above the point of control, then it acts as support. And that's the same for these big areas, these big volume nodes. If we're trading above it, it's support, we'll move up. But if we're trading below it, it's going to act like resistance. Okay, so yeah, that's in short. So now I want to kind of talk about how do we set these anchored volume profiles? How do we set them in TradingView? Okay, so to set these anchored volume profiles, there's really just two main ways to set them. All right, there's two main ways to set these volume profiles. The first way is and it's like the most correct way really, but you want to capture the volume from a swing low to a swing high. So when you set that, what do I mean by that? So I mean, like, you're going to want to capture, this is our swing low, which it means, oh, this is the lowest area in this most recent price action. So from this swing low all the way to the swing high. which means our most recent high. Okay, so this is the area that we want to capture in order to understand, hey, how much volume is trading at each of these areas, and where is going to be our support, where is going to be our resistance for trading that is upcoming. Okay, because it's always these indicators and things are trying to help you predict what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so I would click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth tab here. I would go to volume-based trends, click on anchored volume profile, and then since I want to start from this swing low, I'm going to click right there. And notice how we have like a green highlight here. This captures the volume on each price level from this low to this high. So in this area, basically. Notice how the point of control is right here. And it's always a really good reflection of where our consolidation is, where you see these big volume nodes. You could see like at this high volume node here, this high volume node, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars in one area. And then when you get small volume nodes like this, you go to the left, you see there's a big gap here. And then there's big fair value gaps in here too. And then the high volume node again here at the bottom, that's acting like support. It's our point of control. Look how many bars are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we consolidated here for quite a while. So that's why there's so much volume here. Okay. Now the second way to do this, well, and now we know like, okay, the most recent trend. The second way to do this, and the way that I like to do this, is I'll pull back even further to another area of that was a previous high, to our previous low, to another previous high. So like previous high, previous low, previous high. So I go like H, L, H kind of a thing. Okay, so that gives me a little bit more information about what was happening in our most recent trends. And the further back you go, the more information you might get, but it could be a little bit crowded because it won't give you the information that you want about recent price action. I want to show a different stock because right now Robinhood's at all-time highs. I want to show how I do it for stocks that have reached levels previously. So something like this. So CRWV is a stock that I'm interested in trading right now. All right, this is actually a really good example. So right now, what I'm interested in is, all right, so how much volume is there to the upside? So I want to know like how fast can we move up? Okay. So essentially, I would probably, the best way to do this would be to put my volume, my high volume, or my volume profile and anchor it to this previous high. Okay. And notice how, okay, we get these volume profiles. Shows that there's almost literally no volume here, but that's not enough information about what's happening up here. So I want more information about what was happening up here in the past. So I'm going to go to the left a little bit more. And what I like to do is, again, I'm going to go to a previous high. So I'm going to anchor my profile. I'm going to anchor my profile all the way up to this level here. And some people might not want to do that. That's fine. But I'm telling you, for the way that I do my volume profiles, this works really well. And again, this is the second way. Just go back a little bit further, get some more information. Okay. So now this is telling me a little bit more. It's telling me, hey, we have a lot of volume built out here. A lot of volume built out here. So we should have good support. Since we're above this now, we should have good support. And it looks like we have like low volume nodes that should take us all the way up into this 160 level. So we have good support here, and then we should start just kind of flying to the upside until we hit like this. This is probably the largest volume node that we have up here. Okay. And then this is also telling me that if we break below this level here, this 115.33 key level, we should fall pretty quickly to 105.82, which is our next area of support. Okay. So hopefully that makes sense. That's a pretty quick way to do your volume profile. Again, the first way is to go from a swing low to a swing high, or a swing high to swing low. You capture the volume in that area, and it can kind of give you an understanding of the most recent price action and how we can use that. What I like to do, again, I'll go back further. I want more information. So I go back just a little bit further to like the next swing high or the next swing low to see how we moved in that area for at least two swing highs and two swing lows is how I like to do it. And then you can go way, way further back if you're trying to capture like a swing trade or something, but you really don't want to go too far back. You want to get an idea of the most recent price action in order to make the best and most educated guess. Okay, it's your boy Mr. Fit to Flourish. That's how you use a volume profile. Any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm outie. Good morning, welcome to the Fit to Flourish podcast. Let's talk wellness, finance, and growth.